Indonesia is a country that places a huge amount of emphasis in concept of national unity, commonly referred to as NKRI, which means that no part of Indonesia should break a part of its territorial boundaries.
Given that the country is comprised of dozens of ethnicities and hundreds of languages, it is a concept that has kept Indonesia largely intact for 72 years.
But East Timor, one of the world's newest countries, did break away from Indonesia and became independent in 1999. The former 20th province of Indonesia became independent after 24 years through a referendum monitored organized by the United Nations.
Saya ingin mengajak masyarakat di Timur Timur dan seluruh rakyat Indonesia untuk menerima kenyataan ini dengan ikhlas, sabar, dan hati yang lapang.
So how did East Timor gain their independence?
Unlike most other places in Indonesia colonized by the Dutch, East Timor was under Portuguese occupation for 100 years. Consequently, East Timor was not part of the original Indonesia territories that declared independence in 1945. East Timor only became a part of Indonesia in 1974, after the Coronation Revolution in Portugal overthrew the existing government and created a power vacuum in East Timor. The Indonesian army quickly launched Operation Seroja, occupying East Timor to supposedly protect it from communism. This started a 24-year armed conflict that led to the death of 150,000 of people, which is 20% of East Timor population.
On the political front, the Indonesian government also pitted local political factions against each other, encouraging and rewarding those who are supportive of integration of East Timor to Indonesia.
These two parties are the APODET, Timor Popular Democratic Association, and the UDT, Timor's Democratic Union, while the Framing or Revolutionary Front for Independent East Timor battled and protested against the Indonesian authorities. One pivotal moment for the East Timor was the Santa Cruz massacre, where the Indonesian armed force opened fire on 100 of unnamed protesters at the cemetery, killing over 250 people. The massacre was witnessed, recorded, and reported by numerous members of the Foreign Press Corps. And the army was even complicit in beating some international journalists such as Democracy Now! Founder Amy Goodman. The massacre was caught on tape. The East Timor independence movement gained some international attention. Many criticized and even support East Timor independence through founding of ISAN, East Timor Action Network. This network drew a lot of attention on human rights violations in Timor done by the Indonesian armed force.
But it was not until the fall of Suharto regime in 1998 that made independence possible.
Coming from the violent May 1998 riots and the new civilian president, military occupation became untenable. President B.J. Habibie called for a referendum to decide the East Timor question, and a 78% landslide East Timor, or known as the Timor Leste, became a new country. Yet, since becoming independent, East Timor has had its own share of growing pains. Half of the country's 1.2 million people still alive in poverty, and many worry that East Timor government is being overly reliant on foreign oil and gas contracts, which is unsustainable. On the political front, it was not all smooth sailing. On February 2008, an opposition party member, Major Alfredo Reinado, stormed then President from West Force home and attempted to assassinate him. To solve the turbulence, East Timor runs itself on a consensus political model, which means that there has no opposition faction. Many also see elites being the primary beneficiary of this independence and this model. And the current president, Tim Matanruak, even say this. The state of Timor-Leste is far too centralized. It centralizes skill, power, and privilege. It excessively wastes research, allowing thousands of Timorese to become second-class citizens. OPM, or the Free Papua Union, wants to follow more the Timor-Leste suits. So, will Indonesian concept of NKRI hold up?